Good afternoon. My name is John Syracuse, and I represent the lakeshore communities of Newfane and Somerset in the Niagara County Legislature. I'm standing here today in the town of Newfane Marina with my colleague, Legislator John Ceretto of Lewiston. Earlier this year, when Attorney General Andrew Cuomo filed a brief supporting a multi-state lawsuit that sought to close the Chicago Sanitary and Ship Canal and protect our Great Lakes waters from species invasion by the Asian carp, we applauded his decision. We said he was taking important steps to protect the livelihoods of the families of Great Lakes fishermen. And for a county with 30 miles of Lake Ontario shoreline, the stakes were high for Niagara County, so we applauded Attorney General Cuomo's actions. Since then, however, the Attorney General has apparently forgotten about our fishermen. After being dealt a setback by the Obama administration, which sided with Chicago and the state of Illinois against every other state that borders the Great Lakes, not to mention our Canadian neighbors, the states were forced to file a new lawsuit, this time against the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the only agency that can take decisive actions to protect our waterways. So the Attorneys General of Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and Pennsylvania filed suit against the Corps of Engineers. They stood up for their fishermen, for their sport fishing and commercial fishing industries. They stood up for the families that rely on these fishermen and their charters. But conspicuously absent from the lawsuit was the state of New York. Attorney General Cuomo caved to the pressure from the pro-Chicago Obama administration, and he turned his back on New York's fishermen. Attorney General Cuomo isn't alone. Governor Patterson has done nothing on this issue. Even after our county legislature called on him to take up the issue, he did nothing. We've heard hardly a word from Senator Chuck Schumer on this issue. And Senator Kirsten Gillibrand only seems to have discovered the problem of Asian carp a month ago, long after the White House held an April summit on this matter. Locally, some of our state lawmakers have been visible on this issue, most notably Senator George Maziarz, who, as New York State's representative to the Great Lakes Legislative Caucus, a body representing the state legislatures of every state bordering the Great Lakes, called on Governor Patterson last week to take decisive action. Conspicuously absent on this issue, however, has been Assemblywoman Francine Del Monte. She could, as a member of the Assembly minority, have an impact on this debate. She could call on her fellow Democrats, Governor Patterson, Attorney General Cuomo, Senator Schumer, Senator Gillibrand, to join this fight. Instead, she has been silent. Well, we're not going to be silent. My colleagues, Legislator John Syrett from Lewiston and Legislator David Godfrey from Wilson, who is busy right now helping his volunteer fire company and can't be here, and myself, we take this matter seriously. We have contacted the Office of Attorney General Mike Cox of Michigan, the lead plaintiff in the lawsuit against the Corps of Engineers, and he was most helpful. And his staff indicated to us that New York was in no way a party to this lawsuit, even though families in counties bordering Lake Ontario rely on $54 million a year in sport fishing revenues. We don't think that's right, and we're calling on Attorney General Cuomo and Governor Patterson to do the right thing and add New York State to this lawsuit to protect our fishermen's future. Now I want to introduce my colleague, Legislator John Ceretto from Lewiston.
Thank you, John. Thank you. I'm proud to join my colleague John Syracuse here today at Alcott Harbor. And I'm also thankful to our friend and colleague David Godfrey. Dave is a committed supporter of the Great Lakes fishing industry and put a lot of hours into helping us research this resolution. He may not be here in body right at this moment, but let me assure you, he is definitely here in spirit in the resolution we have submitted. And John, I'm proud to have worked with you on this resolution. When both the Obama administration and the dysfunctional state government in Albany have turned their backs on our working families, yet again, we need to stand up for them. And when you came to me 3 weeks ago about this issue, I knew then that it would take us making a stand here to win results in Albany. Attorney General Cuomo, Governor Patterson, listen to us. Listen to our working families, our fishermen. Listen to what we're asking for. We rely on this lake. We rely on these waterways. You can help protect so many families' livelihood. Please do the right thing. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.